Hey everybody, welcome back to my Speak Clean video. Today's video is me cleaning my kitchen, living room, bathroom, and bedroom. It's not a deep clean or anything like that. It's basically tidying up. I've been going through each room doing a declutter. I have yet to post a video of me decluttering the kitchen. I think I actually have already cleaned it by the time I recorded this, or maybe this was before. I'm not really sure to be honest. I tend to do several videos and then I'm kind of late on doing the edit and voiceover, so I'm not always 100% sure where it is that I am in these videos, but just from the look of things, probably not. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna start with my kitchen, getting all those dishes done. I don't know what happened that I got so behind on dishes, but I don't have a dishwasher, so I have to wash them by hand, and sometimes I don't do them every day like I should. I also work night shifts, so my family eats dinner without me, so I'm not there to do dishes when I get home because it's pretty late. I don't have always the time in the morning to do them. I tend to sleep pretty late, and then I get myself together, have my breakfast and whatnot, and then I tend to lounge around for a few hours before I have to go back to work. It's not really ideal, but that's what I do. I have kind of anxiety, and sometimes just knowing I have to go to work makes me kind of lazy. I don't want to have to be doing too much before spending 8 to 9 hours at work, This probably grosses some people out. I do apologize, but I'm just getting rid of some leftovers. But yeah, there was tons of dishes, as you're going to see. I ended up having to soak some, walk away, do other things, and then come back and do them. I've been thinking recently, do I have... Well, first of all, I definitely have ADD or ADHD. That's not even a question. I just never have been formally diagnosed. But I know it's genetic, and I know my brother has been diagnosed, and there has been other people in my family diagnosed. Even my daughter has. I'm sure my son is too. Again, I'm not going to say I don't believe in medication. I just feel like my brother had a very adverse effect years ago when he was on medicine, and I don't know if he ever even went back on medicine or if he found one that worked. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But it always just kind of made me feel like there's just ways to kind of navigate through it. I know for me, I tend to have some tendencies where I become OCD. So after I do a cleaning, I just cannot stand that people are even in the room that I just cleaned, if that makes any sense. I'm not a very messy person, actually. I really do like things clean and tidy, but unfortunately, the rest of my household is not that way. And I think that's where, like, the ADD, ADHD kind of, well, there's different symptoms or whatever you want to call it, and I definitely see the difference in that with my whole family. But we are definitely a whole family of being on the spectrum, that's definitely for sure. But anyway, I'm talking about this because for me, I like to have like a set schedule or balance in my life, but I've always struggled with that, mainly because of my job. Like, I never had set hours, with having kids, and then just life in general. I don't know. I find it kind of hard to have a set schedule. I'm not one of those people that, like, Monday's a kitchen cleaning day, Tuesday's a living room cleaning day, Wednesday's bathroom, if that makes any sense. So for me, I just kind of clean what needs to be cleaned when I have time to clean. As is probably most people do. But what I'm trying to get at is the fact that I'm trying to be on more of a set schedule. So with work, it's not exactly set hours, but I do work night shifts Monday through Thursday. I don't typically work Friday or Saturday, and I work morning on Sunday. So for me, while everybody's at school or working on Friday, I tend to do these cleanings where it's my whole house, well, the whole downstairs basically. And, then to spend the rest of the weekend with the family since nobody's in school or working Saturday or Sunday. Well, I work Sunday morning, but, nobody's working Saturday. Anyway, I'm getting on a long tangent here, but I'm just trying to think of, have I ever really had a set way of cleaning? And I don't think that I ever really have. I feel like I try to clean as I go, and then sometimes things just pile up, just like here with all these dishes. And I'm going to apologize for my voice. I'm still recovering from being sick. I was sick for about 10 days now. I'm definitely better, but I was also just outside for 2 hours, and I'm pretty sure, even though I take an allergy pill every day, my eyes are still burning, so, it's just that time of the year. But anyway, I sound a little rough, I guess. But, what was I saying? Oh, so about the cleaning. So I'm just trying to do Monday through Thursday, other than dishes and a load of laundry here and there, so it's not all overwhelming in one day. And then I just really want to try to spend Fridays doing more of a deep clean. Things I can't do, before I work Monday through Thursday. But that's not a set schedule. That's just majority of the weeks that I work. But again, it's not. Sometimes I have to be in earlier, and that makes it even harder to get up and want to do anything. I'm coming home at 11 o'clock at night sometimes, and then till I get showered and get myself to bed, it's 1 o'clock. I'm sleeping until 9, 10. And then sometimes I do have to go back in for 12 or 1. So it's not a lot of time to really get too much of anything done. But anyway, as you see, I'm just doing tons of dishes, cleaning the table. This is basically just tidying. There's no real, deep cleaning going on. I do some of that in another video that I'm about to post. It's my kitchen clean and declutter. It's the last room in the house. The last room downstairs that I have to do. I am having to help my children take care of their rooms since they decide they're going to let it get out of control. And, I don't feel like I should put a lot of responsibility on my kids for doing it. But then again, they are teenagers. My daughter's 16. My son's going to be 13 soon. And I feel like they are old enough to take care of their stuff. But I also know that they do struggle. They have ADHD. They don't really like to be told what to do. They start a task, and then it's hard for them to stay on task. Their symptoms and signs are quite different from mine. They're more like my husband, hence the messiness. They don't know how to put things back, all that kind of stuff. Or me, I'm completely different. I like things tidy. I like things organized. Everything has a place. We clean up as we go. And if I lived by myself, my house would be very clean, but that's not the case. But I am trying to instill in my kids now that they are old enough and they should know better that they need to be very responsible and taking care of their own spaces. That's their room. My son spends a lot of time in our basement. We do have a full basement. Only partially. Part of it is, if you want to call it furnished, I guess. But, we do have a couch down there and a TV, and that's where he plays a lot of his video games when he's not in his room. And then my daughter has a section in the living room where she has a desk because she is homeschooled. And those areas I do expect them to keep clean as well. Also, they do have daily chores, or I should just say weekly chores. My son's expected to take out recycling every time the bin's full. He just took it out, I believe, yesterday, and it's already filled today. Or maybe it was 2 days ago he took it out. Nonetheless, he should be taking out 3 to 4 times a week. Sometimes he doesn't, and it just really, really irks me. But anyway, I finally got him to take it out. Like I said, it was either yesterday or the day before. And my daughter's chore is to put dishes away. She doesn't necessarily have to dry them. I wash and they sit in air dry, and then, she has to put them away. But I am trying to get her to start washing now because it is a lot, and you work 40 plus hours a week, and you're not the only one in the household eating. I expect people to help with dishes. My husband doesn't do them, and that's fine. He cooks. Everything we do is pretty 50-50 in the house. He takes care of a lot of the house things I can't do, the heavy lifting, should we say. So he does that. He also has always helped me take care of the kids. Right now he does school runs for my son, so Monday through Friday, or any day he has school. He drops them off, he picks them up. I don't do that. Usually I'm working or sleeping when those are happening anyway, but again, those are things that he does. He does the grocery shopping. He's actually there now. He does that several times a week. He also pays the bills for us. I mean, it's joint accounts, so we both make money, but so he contributes in different ways. The cleaning is more of a thing I enjoy doing. Like, he'll clean his side of the room, he'll clean his office, he'll help clean the tub. If he thinks things need to be done, he'll do it. But for the most part, I do that myself. But I am trying to encourage the kids to help a little bit more. Here I am just cleaning the incense that I forgot to do, and I had already swept. I don't think I showed that. But I'm just trying not to get it all over the floor because, well, I just swept, and yeah, I think I already did anyway. But anyhow, just finishing up the living room, or not the living room, the bedroom here. I did a little quick dusting, nothing crazy. Clearly I stripped the bed. I have 2 different sets of bedding, so I probably just put the new set on. I don't think I even washed the bedding that day. And I definitely know I'm heading back to the kitchen at some point in this video, but I think the next step is I head into the bathroom. Also, another question is, like, do people go from room to room? Do they do one room at a time? I don't think I ever noticed how I clean, and that's kind of what I was starting to say in the beginning of this video after like 12 minutes on a tangent. But I feel like I do go back and forth from room to room. Like, if I'm in a room and I see something needs to be put in another room, I think I would like take it in there and then clean that as I go. I'm not really sure, but I'm watching these back and I do feel like, yeah, you can see that I'm pretty back and forth. I'm not 100% focused at all, and that's okay. That's probably how I get myself through these cleanings. I probably get bored or discouraged and feel like, oh, it's time to start something new. But anyway, I also did a bunch of laundry. I definitely don't show that. I don't have a laundry room upstairs. It's in the basement, and it's definitely not the most pleasing of areas, I guess. Definitely something on a long list of to-dos that I plan to do at this house is make that part of the basement a lot nicer looking. It's just a cement floor and wood walls, but there's just wires and stuff everywhere, and the insulation, I believe, is hanging out from the ceiling. So, I mean, it's a true looking basement. But yeah, I'm just putting my uniforms away here, looks like. I think I do probably about 10 loads of laundry a week, and that does not include my kids' laundry. They do their own. Like, I will help them swap the laundry, but for the most part, they definitely take care of that by themselves. But between bedding, which is like 3 loads, I do a load of whites, I do at least 2 to 3 loads of darks, and then I do my uniforms for work separately. And then, then you're talking like rugs and curtains and all that kind of stuff that I do throughout the year too. So, but a lot of wash going throughout the week. Oh, I finally got a new diffuser. That's what I'm opening here, which took frickin' forever. I don't know what the problem was and why they packaged things so tight. I couldn't even get it off. But anyway, we had a diffuser that was sitting there for about 2 years and had barely, I don't think had any oil in it for at least a year. I would still move the reeds every time I would clean, like, the things that draw the oil up. I would flip them, and you could still smell it once in a while. But it was definitely time for a new one. So I bought a couple things on Amazon recently, or Target. That was a Target thing. And I also, I'm not sure if anybody noticed, but I was pulling tags off a couple pairs of clothing that I got when I was doing the bedroom clean. I said in the last couple videos I need new bras, I need some joggers, and so I decided to spend some money and get them. I'm going to do a quick clean in this bathroom. I think I clean the bathroom probably at least 3 to 4 times a week. It's not a deep clean, it's just cleaning the toilet and the sink. I don't even mop it every week. I sometimes just spray the floor and wipe it down. It's not a huge space, but at least every other week to 2 to 3 times a month I definitely do mop it. But well, I had to take a moment there and get a drink. I just realized I've been yapping for like 15 minutes. I often wonder, do people like videos like this where it's just all voiceover? I feel comfortable doing that. I actually, I'm just starting to become comfortable doing these videos. It took me a long time to even get started doing these. I was very self-conscious, not only about showing myself, but even hearing my voice. I'm sure a lot of people that do YouTube started that way as well. I've always been a pretty confident person. It's just to me and the people that know me, not the whole world. But at this point, I'm like, who cares? Those aren't the people that need to worry about. I need to worry about, it is the people that I do know that I should have more concern with. But anyway, I don't even think I cleaned the bathroom. I just recently cleaned it pretty well because I just put out my declutter bathroom video. So it wasn't too bad. I clean my shower probably only like once a month. Maybe that's gross to some people. I don't like doing it. My husband doesn't always want to do it. So yeah, I will admit it probably gets pretty funky until we clean it, but that's life. So yeah, this bathroom clean is really not that invasive because I did just clean it not too long ago. And also, I plan on doing repainting it very soon. I'm going to be on vacation, about a week from when I'm doing this voiceover, actually. Next week it will be already. I'm off work for about 8 days, so I'll be repainting and finishing up whatever we didn't do in this bathroom before. We have new tile, or maybe not tile, like new flooring we're going to put down. And I do want to replace this vanity as well. I've yet to find one on Marketplace. I was hoping to find one. So I guess I'm probably just going to have to go buy a new one from like Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. But I still have a little bit of time to figure that out. Not much time, but a little bit of time. Alright, so that was another room done. Just have to finish it up by sweeping. And then I'm going to head into the living room and just do a quick tidy up in there. Again, the room's not too bad. To be honest, my daughter and I are pretty much the only two that go even in the living room. She does her homeschooling at her desk and I watch TV, but for the most part, that is definitely one of the rooms that stays, I'd say, the most clean. Except for me piling a bunch of garbage in there, like stuff that I was planning on decluttering, because nobody really uses that room. Yeah, so you're gonna see me just taking some dishes out, but again, it's not that messy. I did end up taking the pillows and blankets that I have in here because they were Christmas ones, and I ended up washing them and packing them away and bringing out the regular all-seasoned ones. I definitely cannot wait to purchase a new vacuum. However, I don't want to spend money unnecessarily. I mean, this vacuum does work just fine, but I cannot stand this cord. And I've had vacuums before that were cordless. I don't know why I ever bought this one with a cord. It is just a big pain in the butt. But anyway, it still works. We've had it for a while though, so it is probably going to be on its last leg here in a couple of years. But if I ever get enough money, that I don't have to spend elsewhere, then I will definitely reinvest in one. It's a Dyson, and definitely a good brand. I've had it for many, many years now. Alright, as you can see, I'm pretty much finished up in here as well. I'm just finishing up dishes. I'm pretty sure my husband was on his way home with the groceries, so I ended up having to help him put them away and kind of organizing the pantry a little bit. I don't show a full pantry clean in this video. I actually did one a while ago, never posted it because we ended up removing these plastic shelvings that we had put in when we first moved in the house, and we just replaced it with some actual wood shelving because things were just not working on the plastic, and I had to use baskets to keep things from like falling over, and then I just felt like we're just wasting so much space using the baskets. In this family, we're not big on the whole craze of, you know, reusing like taking things out of the original containers and replacing them in like plastic. I feel like we use too much plastic in this world already, so why are we buying it? And I don't always feel like it makes sense. You're just like, why are you putting product that's probably not going to last that long like in a new container? Just keep it in its original. But I do get that it's aesthetically pleasing. I also understand that sometimes it can work. Anyway, so I did try using that system in the refrigerator, and it didn't really work that well, and that's okay. It was just money that we ended up wasting, but in the pantry we kind of, you know, did do a little bit of organization. So like I said, my next video coming out will be a full kitchen declutter and like organization. That might be done in 2 parts, I'm not sure. It's pretty lengthy since I'm doing a whole kitchen, and I'm gonna do the pantry as part of that and possibly the fridge. We'll have to see. Still kind of recording a little bit of that yet. But anyway, I'm just gonna finish this video by putting these groceries away, showing how the pantry looks for now. And I totally forgot to do after shots of the house after I was done cleaning. Obviously you do see parts of it, you know, through each clip once I transition to a new room, but I really wanted to do an all over. Yeah, I'm still struggling with that part of this recording the videos, I've come to realize. But this all takes time and practice, and just like anything else, I will certainly get better at doing it. But I appreciate you if you stuck around this whole time listening to me ramble and watching this video. And I for sure hope to see everybody in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you.